And we're off to the races. Hey, we're off to the races. Chaka-ka, chaka-ka. All right, folks, we're going live. We should be live by now. Hopefully we're live, because if we're not live, then I don't know what is. We are more live than anything you have ever witnessed in your life. And yes, we are. We are live. Ooh, we are live. Hoo-ha. All right, so we're starting to get some crowd in here. And welcome, everybody, to the greatest
show on Earth.
I can't say the greatest show on Earth, so I got to say the greatest podcast show on Earth. There we go.
There we go.
That we can get away with legally. So, all right, Steve. So, everybody, we're going to be talking today about why aren't you running YouTube ads? Why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you doing it? We're going to talk about why you need to be doing it and some of the things that we've seen of late. And I know we've done an episode recently about Hulu ads and a little bit on YouTube ads, but I really want to nail down this whole you got to be doing the YouTube ads, got to do it, and the many reasons why you got to be doing it. So should be a lot of fun. Steve, are you ready?
I am ready. Ready.
Okay. Oh, let me check on one thing. I made that link for last week's show. And what was it? It was raisebonuses.com/Movo, I think, was the one that I made.
Movo, yeah, /Movo.
Okay, good. So
and then you had two other links, too.
I did, yes. Which, by the way, on the show I said wrong. I said raythevideoguy.com/whatever, but it's not. It's pocketvideopro/ this and that. So we'll make sure to get that correct for this week. And with that, let's hit that 5, 4, 3. Hey everybody, it's Ray the Video Guy, and welcome to another episode of Video Marketing Madness. And today's episode, let's try that again. I'm not doing that right now.
No.
Okay, in 5, 4, and wait. Should we wait for the ambulance to pass by?
I can't hear it.
Can't hear it. I can hear it. It's gonna get louder.
They're coming to get you.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Now I hear it. Now I hear it.
Okay, good. There we go.
All right.
Stupid injured people.
They're coming to
All
take
right.
you away.
Anyway, here we go. In 5, 4, 3. On today's episode of Video Marketing Madness, we're going to talk about why you're not running YouTube ads and why you should be running YouTube ads. And today's episode is made possible by a wonderful company called Movo Photo, who makes a variety of amazing products so that you can shoot video better than ever before with your smartphone or even with your high-end cameras. If you're looking for new lenses for your high-end cameras, if you're looking for lapel microphones or other types of microphones to shoot on your iPhone or your DSLR or your small video camera, well, look no further than Movo Photo. And inside there, you're going to see all sorts of great products. We love the LV1, which is what we use. It's a lavalier mic. We also love the PR1, which is a tripod mount for smartphones so that you can put them right on your tripod or any other stabilization device and shoot like a pro. And they even have a ton of other types of microphones and different things that you can use to shoot and sound even better. So how do you check it out? Well, you got to head on over to try that again. raisebonuses.com/Movo, M-O-V-O, and you'll be able to get any of those wonderful products. Now, we do have a couple of very special products that we do with this. One is the PR1 that we mentioned earlier that allows you to put your smartphone right on your tripod. And you can get that along with our Pocket Video Pro package that has all sorts of other goodies by heading on over to pocketvideopro.com/PR1. Or if you're looking for a lapel mic, we also have a wonderful package there for the LV1 lapel mic that you can use with your smartphone, and you can also use it on regular cameras as well. You can get that as well at pocketvideopro.com/LV1. And with that, Steve, should we hit that funky music?
Let's get to Funky Ray.
He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy.
And it's a radio show about video marketing madness with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. And you know, at govmm.com, you can find all the podcatchers and all the social medias now, of course, or Apple Podcast. And I think Google Podcast is pretty big now with Androids, and then YouTube and Facebook.
Yes.
But they're all listed there on our landing page at govmm.com.
govmm.com. Check it out.
Yeah.
For all of you that, for some reason, still use an Android phone, you can download it pretty easily.
Well, I don't. I have a flip phone, but I have an Android tablet, so.
We forgive you. It's okay. All right, so today we're going to talk a little bit about YouTube ads and why you should be using them, and heck, why aren't you using them, right? Steve, you use YouTube ads. Tell us your experience.
Well, and I mean, I'm kind of a Neanderthal compared to what you're doing, but I use them as part of my YouTube SEO process, getting some quick views for $5 to each video. And I've tested all kinds of different ways of doing it, actually going out and having people watch them and everything, and then, just buying the true views, I guess. It's true views, isn't it? Pre-roll ads. And I found it seems like the SEO is better with just the $5 pre-roll ads. But to make a long story short, yes, I do. I mean, there are so many applications for YouTube ads that even I use them. So
yes, there we go. Even Steve uses them, and that's an endorsement that you can live by right there.
That's right.
Even Steve uses them.
That means any idiot can use them. But,
well, if I can do it, any idiot can do it.
But Ray's kind of the Einstein of YouTube ads. So
no, I'm definitely not. I wish I were. I'm still trying to learn every day because there's so many different aspects of it. And quite honestly, if you've ever done AdWords, traditional AdWords to get your links on Google and whatnot, you're actually now probably in a better position than we are when we're doing YouTube ads because they've made so many changes. It used to kind of be like there was AdWords and then there was YouTube ads, and they were in the same thing, but they kind of kept them quarantined from each other, and really it's not that way anymore. Now it's pretty much you're just running a Google ad, and the ad you're running happens to be a video ad. That's kind of the way it is now. And so you pretty much have to know your Google ad stuff, which is the part that I'm really trying to improve on and learn more about because it's not something that I've traditionally done. What about you, Steve?
Well, yeah, and I had to, the first time was a little bit of a learning curve. But what I would like to add is that you can get a customer service person in a chat room pretty easily. They've got great customer service. So, even for my $5 ads, when they first flipped over to having to buy them out of AdWords, I was a little bit stuck. And they bent over backwards to help me, So that's one thing to keep in mind, that you will get a lot of hand holding from Google on that.
Yeah, they do a great job. I've got somebody that I can call anytime and get them on the phone, and they can walk me through things. I had an ad a couple of weeks ago that for whatever reason, it was like a day and a half later, and it had nothing, like all zeros. And I'm like, I got on the phone. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they were able to kind of figure it out. And I don't even remember what the issue was. But whatever it was, we figured it out. I think we just canceled it and just ran a new one, and it worked fine. So I don't think we ever actually solved why that particular one didn't work. But for whatever reason, it was approved, but it wasn't showing anywhere, and nobody was watching or clicking or anything. So we were able to fix that. But they got right on the phone, and they worked through it with me, and worked on a few other things. And they used to always give me tips. Like I used to get a phone call and be like, hey, we saw you ran this ad. We think you could do this and this with it, and it might even do better. And they would call me on the phone and help me to do that. So they can be very, very helpful, and it's a very effective form of advertising. And like I said, it's essentially just a part of AdWords now. But what we're going to go through today is going to show you that not only are they just a part of AdWords, but they can be the most powerful part of AdWords. And I've got the numbers to show that that's the case, and we're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes. So the question is, what kind of ads should you be running? How should you be running them? And when should you be running them? Well, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is exactly what Steve said, and that is using YouTube ads simply as a way to boost your videos. Now, this is actually something that comes from YouTube itself. YouTube actually used to, I don't know if they still do or not. I know they used to literally say, hey, promote your video, promote your video, promote your video. With the idea being you just uploaded a video, run a short ad to get a whole bunch of people to watch it, because if they do, they're likely, if they like the video, to subscribe, to watch more videos. If it's a product, they might buy the product. There's been many times where we've done this technique of just spending a little bit of money to get more views, and somebody buys the product and pays for, the ad spend 10 times over. And our goal wasn't even to make money with the ad. It was just to get views. Because if let's say we got the latest Todd Gross product that we want to sell, and we put it on YouTube, we put a review video, we run some ads to it and let the ads build a nice audience that's watching the video. Well, there's a good possibility that some of those people are going to buy the product, right? And so even though our goal was just to boost those views, make it look a little more popular, it actually pays for itself oftentimes because people will buy products. And if they don't, well, it's okay because your goal actually was to get more views. Now, the way that you want to do this is you got to be very broad with this. So, if we're doing the latest Todd Gross product and we're going to put an ad up there, we want everybody and anybody to watch this. We don't necessarily care if they live in Maine or Florida or California or Kentucky or wherever they happen to be. We don't care if they're young, old, fat, skinny, black, white, purple, green. It doesn't matter. We just want to get views. And so we keep that targeting really wide, really, really wide to get as many people as possible to potentially see it and watch the video. And you can get hundreds or even thousands of views in a 24 to 48 hour period by doing this. And it doesn't really cost much. You're going to spend, $5, $10, maybe $20. All depends on what you want to do and how big you want to go with this, but it's not going to cost a whole lot of money. Now, as I often talk about when we talk about YouTube ads for this purpose, we're talking about ranking videos and getting organic reach and whatnot. In the old days, we used to spend $10, $20 buying views or buying certain types of backlinks to quickly get things boosted up there. Well, you're spending the same amount of money, but it's totally, completely legit. And YouTube actually wants you to be doing this. So you're not doing something that you're trying to sneak by YouTube. This is something that you really want to do. No need to go to Fiverr and buy views for $15 and get yourself banned. This is a much better way to spend your money and get people to start watching your videos. So that's the first thing that I like to do with the YouTube ads. And Steve, what about you?
Well, the thing that I've noticed too is if I use some of the services, crowd search is one of them I've used, where you can pay a certain amount of money, have a number of people go out and watch the video for you. What I have found is that takes a while. It takes a long time. Whereas if I buy the YouTube ads for $5, I can get a couple hundred views almost, within a couple of days, which is critical
probably within
because
a couple hours.
yeah. It typically is within a couple hours, but I was trying not to, hype it. But yeah, sometimes within a few hours. And that's critical because when you get that video up there, what is it? You got 24, 48 hours to really have you want it optimized. And
there's a lot of professionals who say that if you get a good number of views, a few hundred views in that first 24 to 48 hours, that it really gives you a boost up because Google says, okay, you know what, people are watching this video. It's more legitimate. We'll get it to rank better. So there is that camp that specifically says that. And, I know we've had Daryl Eves on. That's one of the things that he talks about. So it's definitely something that can help you to get that video up and going quickly and really give yourself a little bit of a boost. Kind of like, some people like to run their videos through a streaming uploader instead of uploading it normally because it gives that extra boost. And anytime you can give a little bit of an extra boost, it's only going to help you out. And quite honestly, like I said, you're not spending a whole lot of money. If you're serious about what you're doing, spending $20 should not be a factor in anything that you're doing. I'm sorry. If anything's worth doing, it's worth doing because you're going to make hundreds or thousands of dollars on it. If you can't spend $20 to reach that, then maybe you shouldn't be doing that particular video and you should move on to something else. But spending that money, well worth it, helps get that video boosted up there pretty quick. You can rank really well and then hopefully start to make some money back because of that. So that's how I like to use them when I get started. In fact, I'm working on a plan for another new client that we just picked up yesterday. And one of the things that I'm suggesting is, hey, you know what? Let's take those videos that you've got and we'll run small ads on them just to get the views up on every single video so that your whole channel and all of your videos are getting a nice little, boost on the views. And then we can go back and run actual ads for the ones that make the most sense to do that with. And so that's something fun that we can do that can really make a big difference. So highly recommended that we do that. And, I've recommended that to a number of people and it's always worked out really well. It's just, it's a big help. No doubt about it. It's a big help. So if you can, start off using YouTube ads with the sole purpose of just getting more views and building that video. And anything that you get back from that is a bonus and is a plus. But think of that the same way you would think of hiring somebody on Fiverr to help you rank a video or what have you. Think of it in that regard where you're spending money, you're investing in it, but it's not, the goal is not to make money back on that particular thing. But of course you want to, and if you can, that's fantastic. So all right, so that's step number one. Now, other ways that we use YouTube ads, and this is for the local space. So these are doctors and lawyers and plumbers and electricians and psychics and whatever other types of businesses that are out there that you're trying to get offline business for. YouTube ads can be huge for this because they're very inexpensive. Now, I tend to do a lot of my work in the personal injury space. And I don't know about you, Steve. I know you've done some personal injury stuff as well. What are those guys paying? Typically for traditional pay-per-click. What are you seeing out there?
$100.
Yeah, and we're
click,
talking
$100
per click. Click, folks. So literally, you pay. These guys are paying $20,000 a month. And every time somebody clicks on that ad, it's a $100 spend. You want to run somebody out of business? Go click on their ads 50 times, You're gonna run them out of business. I mean, it's crazy how expensive that can be. So what we did was we actually did some experiments over the last couple of months where we've got certain businesses that are running pay-per-click ads and they're running YouTube ads. Now, like I said earlier, it's kind of the same thing, but they can be separated out so you can see the difference between the two. And what we found was actually quite startling. In one of the experiments that we did, I took the top 5 pay-per-click ads that we did and the top 5 video ads that we did. And there was a couple more video ads, I think, and there was a handful more pay-per-click ads. But I took the 5 best performing from each one, put them together to see what the numbers actually showed when it came to the cost, the number of clicks, et cetera, et cetera. Well, here's what we found. The top 5 traditional pay-per-click ads had delivered 226 clicks in that month, which, some people might say, well, wait, that's not a lot of clicks. Well, when you're talking about personal injury law, 200 clicks in a month, 226 clicks in a month is a lot of clicks because each one of those could be potentially worth 20, 40, 100,000, even $1 million. So there, just a couple of clients from that could be worth just hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially. Well, what did we do with the YouTube ads? Well, the YouTube ads, the top 5, which by the way, on the chart that I made, the YouTube ads were all the top performers in this. There was one pay-per-click ad that was a top performer, but basically it was that one pay-per-click ad and then the YouTube ads and then the rest of the pay-per-click ads as far as performance. Well, the YouTube ads in that same period of time gave 334 clicks. So about 100 clicks more in that month using YouTube ads over traditional pay-per-click ads in the same period. So, I mean, that's an incredible number, but it gets way better than even that because the ads for the pay-per-click ads cost them $13,000 or it might have been $12,000. Okay. So it was somewhere between $12,000 and $13,000 for those 5 ads that delivered 226 clicks. Well, Steve, let's play a little trivia game. How much do you think the YouTube ads that sent 100 more clicks cost compared to that $12,000, $13,000?
Under $1,000.
That was about $2,800.
$2,800. Okay.
So you blew my game there, but that's okay.
Ask me the question again.
The traditional pay-per-click ads, the top 5 cost $13,000 to give 226. How much do you think the YouTube ads cost to deliver 100 more clicks than the pay-per-click?
Oh, under $3,000.
You're such a dummy, Steve. It's $2,800.
Oh,
So $2,800. So literally
I am a dummy.
$10,000 less for 100 more clicks in that same period of time. Absolutely astonishing. And there were some people who, I was sharing some of those numbers with people, and they didn't believe it. They were like, there's no way. That just can't be right, But it's absolutely right, and we've done it multiple times and gotten very similar results. We have another client that we tried some really cool stuff with, and he got well over 100 clicks in a period of, I want to say it was about 10 days. And he got over 100 clicks for, it was like $280. So, I mean, we're talking under $3 per click versus $100 per click with some of these pay-per-click ads. And in some of the areas that we have, we're seeing an average of about $48 to $58 per click, so under 100. But with the YouTube ads, we're talking about $7 or $8 a click. So literally just a fraction of the cost to deliver way more value. So that's that's one of the exciting things. So if you're doing local marketing, you've really, really, really got to get in on the YouTube ads. And it gets even better because the more you do with the YouTube ads, the better results you can get. Over time, you're going to see that cost per view go down. Because you got to remember, not only are we getting clicks back to the website, we're also getting all these views to the YouTube channel too. So we're talking about 10 or 20,000 views to the YouTube channel to the video at the same time that we're getting these clicks. So think about this. Not only did we get 100 more clicks, not only did we pay way less than pay-per-click, but we also got views for our video at the same time, which of course helps to rank those organically. It helps us to get closer to the goals that we need in terms of view and watch time in order to get things like custom URLs. So all of this stuff adds together, and it's such a greater value than the traditional pay-per-click that, it'll blow your mind. It'll absolutely blow your mind, the difference that you can make with that in local businesses. And the great thing is, with local businesses, it's much easier to target your audience. When we're doing personal injury law and we're trying to get people to watch and click, well, the target audience is what? It's the city or the state that you're in. That's pretty much it, because you want to hit everybody because you don't know who's going to get into a car accident. It could be somebody young, could be old, could be male, could be female, could be rich, could be poor. There's no way to say, oh, you know what, car accident law, oh yeah, we're going to run the ads to women aged 18 to 35 that live in this section of town. No, it doesn't work that way, because anybody, anywhere could be injured in a car crash at any time. So it's much easier to target because you're just going for that geographic area, that state or that city. And that goes with a lot of businesses. Now, if you are, for instance, a cigar shop, you probably have much more refined audiences. It's going to be males aged this to this, and then maybe there's a gap, and then maybe the older males come in for cigars, and so that's a lot easier to target as well. But obviously, there's a little more to it than personal injury law. Obstetricians, obviously it's going to go after females. You're going to be targeting the females with that. So there is more targeting that can be done, but with local marketing, a lot of times just being local is the big target that you need, and that works out really well. So it makes it not only very effective, but very easy to target. Now you get into products, which is what we're going to talk about next. More traditional products, maybe you've got an e-commerce store. That can be a little bit more difficult, but very, very effective. And what do I mean by more difficult? Well, right now we're doing a product that is related to dental, and we want to run some video ads, but I'm having a tough time. I got to admit, I'm having a tough time finding what is the target audience that, looks at different types of toothbrushes or, things like that to purchase them. It's a little bit tougher it's not a geographic targeting because it's across the nation. Anybody could buy these things. So you got to figure out, okay, who typically purchases toothbrushes? Well, maybe it's, the moms. So it's women aged, 25 to 45. And, maybe that's our biggest audience, things like that. So it's a little bit tougher, but at the same time, you can still do a lot of experimenting without spending a lot of money, which is what makes this really interesting to do. On Facebook, you're going to do the same thing. You're probably going to spend a lot more money trying to figure out that target audience, but at least inside of YouTube, you can kind of play around with it a little more, not spend as much money, and kind of figure out what that audience is, that magical audience with that. So if you're doing e-commerce, if you're selling your own product or your own services, YouTube can be a great way to do that. You just have to figure out what your target audience is and then start to use that to reach out to that particular audience. And the great thing is YouTube provides some tools so you can really take a look and see, okay, we got 100 clicks, we got 200 clicks, we got 50 clicks, whatever it is, and then make your adjustments accordingly based off of that. But the great thing is very easy to set up and therefore easy to try, easy to get your bearings going there on that and kind of figure that out. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about with this is some of the different ad types that you can run, what we run, and why we run what we do. So inside of YouTube, you've got your different types of video ads. You've got your pre-roll ads. Now, those are the ones that we typically do the most. Those are going to be those 30-second spots that are going to run before they watch their video. So in the case of our lawyers, we've got a 30-second TV commercial spot that we run before any video that people watch in a certain area, and it just runs beforehand, and they get to see it and they can skip it if they want. And a lot of people skip it, which is great. We want people, if they're not interested, we want them to skip it so it doesn't cost us money. Okay. Then we've got what they call the discovery ads. Now this is a little bit different, and I'll be honest with you, we don't do this nearly as much, especially with the local businesses. We'll run a few here and there. Discovery ads are where you are targeting, just like you would on Google, people that are doing a search. So they're going into the search bar and they're searching for, I'm not sure what they're searching for. They're searching for personal injury lawyer, Kansas City. Okay. So they're typing that into the YouTube search bar. And what we're doing is we're going to run an ad so that we show up at the top of that search. Now, just like in Google, it's going to have the little thing that says it's an ad, but it's going to be the first video that shows up. This can be very effective if you're targeting people that are searching. And really, you should be. Now, what we found is in a lot of the local marketing stuff, we're kind of just wasting a lot of time doing that and not getting a whole ton of results from that. So we were putting just as much time into these discovery ads as we were into these pre-roll ads, but not a lot of people were searching for personal injury law inside of YouTube. So it was, we'd look at these reports and we would see these pre-roll ads would have 200 clicks and had made, 10,000 views. And then you look at the discovery ads and it was like, 5 people had, searched for it. It didn't make a lot of sense. In many areas, it would make sense. So if you're selling a product, a very specific product, for instance, if you are, we talked about the Movo photo products earlier. If you're selling a wireless microphone or you're selling a wired lapel microphone for an iPhone, people are probably searching that inside of YouTube. You can look that up, and it would probably make a lot more sense to run a discovery ad for when people search, lapel mic for smartphone or for iPhone, and have yours show up right there. So there, in that situation, it would make a lot more sense. So a discovery ad can be very effective if you're doing that type of a product. In local, maybe not nearly as much, but definitely something you want to check out if you're selling a product. So it can be very, very effective for that. Now, another type of video ad that you can run that's interesting are those 6-second ads that run in the middle of a video. So if you've got a video and let's say it's, you're looking at a longer form video, this is a 20-minute, 30-minute video, and as you're watching it in the middle, all of a sudden it cuts out to a commercial break for a 6-second ad, those can be very effective as well. So when you're creating your ad campaigns and you've got your 30-second ad, figure out a way to make a 6-second version of that and then run that as an ad inside of other videos. You can even do things like retargeting. So target people that saw that original ad and then have them see those 6-second ads later. Things like that can really help to kind of boost that message. People need to hear and see things multiple times before they take action. And if they see your personal injury lawyer video as a pre-roll on another video, and then 2 days later they're watching a long form video and your 6-second version of that pops up, they remember this, well, it's building in their head that, hey, you know what? if I am in a car crash or a truck crash or whatever, I know to call these guys because they keep showing me in all these different areas. So the 6-second ads could be very useful. Now, there are some other things in YouTube that can actually be done. There's little banner ads that can be done. They're also doing something new in mobile where your text-based ads will show up inside of the YouTube app when people are looking at YouTube videos on mobile. You can actually have those in there now. That's something that's just starting right now, but it could be a big deal over the next couple of months because you're just running a traditional AdWords campaign, but it shows up inside the YouTube app when people are using it. So it can be a very effective thing. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is something that we talked about the other couple weeks ago, and that has to do with YouTube on the big screen. More and more people are watching YouTube on televisions, and this can be a big, blow the doors open sort of thing that can make a big difference when it comes to advertising. A lot of businesses that run TV ads are wanting to get into some of that OTT, smart TV stuff where they're watching YouTube on the big screen because they know that commercials on a big screen actually help to drive traffic even more so than on a computer. They're remembered 2 times more often. They're 30% more likely to take action. So if you can get your videos onto the big screen through the YouTube app, then that's a tremendous thing. And right now, they're setting in motion. It was supposed to have already happened. It hasn't happened yet, as far as I can see. Hopefully, it'll be coming soon. Is the ability to say, hey, I want to run my ad only on smart TVs. I want to make sure that smart TVs are the ones that are getting this ad. Now, you can start to get some analytics showing you how much of your audience is watching on TV. And what we discovered, and this was interesting, it surprised me, is that since they started breaking that down and we can look at it now, about 20% of people watching YouTube ads are seeing them on the big screen. That's on a smart TV of some sort, or they're using an Apple TV or a Roku to watch something, and they're seeing YouTube up there on the big screen. So about 20% are watching there, which is huge. I think it's bigger than the tablets now, is the number of people that are watching on TV. Mobile still about 50%, and then the rest is split up between computers, TV, and mobile devices. So, but I think the TV is actually, I think it's already past the tablets. So it's exciting to see. If not, it's like right there with it. So we're going to see even more of that. So that's why you should be running ads with YouTube right now. Right now, you got to be doing it for all those reasons.
Very, very good.
Yes.
I think it's really cool that you're getting all those clicks for personal injury attorneys. They got to be loving that.
Oh, it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. And like I said, people that I've shown it to, they're like, what? No, that can't possibly be right. But the other thing that we got to understand with these video ads too is, we're getting all these clicks, but how many people are just dialing the number and calling on the phone and not clicking? With a lot of the pay-per-click ads, it's usually, the clicks are the clicks, but with things like maps, of things like videos, a lot of times people just call the number they see without even clicking on anything. So it's important that whatever clients you're working with, have them find out, oh, hey, how did you find us? Because a lot of times inside even AdWords, unless you go in and specifically separate things out and look at things, more into the granular information that's there, if you look at your analytics, it's just going to say referral from, Google Ads or whatever. And that could be any kind of Google ad. So if it says, you got 400 referrals from Google Ads, well, you need to look more carefully and see, okay, well, which ones are actually sending those 400? Oh, wait, look, more than half are from YouTube ads. We should probably put more into that. So there you go. Of course, I'm biased, and I try to get everybody to put more into that. We're trying to get people to cut their TV budgets and put it into YouTube. We're trying to get people to cut their pay-per-click and put it into YouTube. But other people I work with, not so happy about that idea, because that's what they do. So
well, but the neat thing is with traditional AdWords versus YouTube, you're able to save them a ton of money and get more clicks.
Yes.
What's there not to like about that?
Well, we're not in the business of having them save money when they're paying us. Is part of the issue. So
yeah, well, that's a good point. Do your partners do a lot of traditional pay-per-click?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do all
Yeah.
that stuff. So we do
Yeah.
traditional pay-per-click. We do, Google Maps. We do video marketing. We do video ads. We do website design. So there's a lot of different things that we do that brings in the bacon. So
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's the radio show. Indeed. And it's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray the Video Guy. And we've got somebody that helps bring you all this great information, don't we, Ray?
That's right. The show is made possible by our good friends at Movo Photo, the makers of all sorts of video gear that can make you shoot better than ever before, especially if you use a smartphone for a lot of your shooting, because they've got stands that will help you hold your smartphone on those tripods and on those stabilizers. We've got lights that you can use and add onto your phone to make sure that you get a perfect shot every time. We've got microphones that will connect to cameras and to smartphones. We got lenses for the higher end cameras. All of these things available at Movo Photo, and you can check it out by going to raisebonuses.com/Movo, MOVO. Highly recommend you check them out. And of course,
Good
we've
stuff.
also got some great specials going on with that right now. The LV1 lapel microphone that plugs right into your smartphone. That's available right now. By the way, only $19.
That's a
But
good
with that
price.
$19, you not only get that amazing smartphone lavalier microphone, but you also get our Pocket Video Pro package, which has extra videos and sounds and all sorts of other cool things that you can use in your videos. And speaking of that Pocket Video Pro collection, we also have that on the PR1 tripod mount that you use to put your smartphone onto a tripod. So you can check those out by going to pocketvideopro.com/LV1 for the microphone and pocketvideopro.com/PR1 for the tripod mount. So we highly recommend you check them out. Indeed.
Wild, wacky stuff. And,
It is indeed some wild, wacky stuff.
and speaking of wild, wacky stuff, how about that jingle of yours?
How about that